What is up, guys? My name is Trail and we have some good news to share with you today. For starters, just last night, the Ukrainians and the Russians decided to cease fire today on Tuesday. Now, Moscow made this announcement as a second attempt to go ahead and cease fire to give innocent civilians an opportunity to leave the country. Hopefully, this does last longer than the previous time last week. In addition to that, guys, President Biden is still weighing his options on whether or not to place a ban on Russian oil exports. This would be a crucial blow to the Kremlin and President Vladimir Putin, as this is how they make majority of their money, by selling oil to other countries. But there is a huge risk that goes as a result of the United States placing a ban like this on Russia, and this can be really significant to the American people. I will go ahead and ask you guys today, if y'all are ready to go ahead and pay $10 per gallon of gas at the pumps next month. I sure don't want to, guys. But in other news, guys, President Biden is planning on signing a new executive order later this week. This is going to apply more rules and regulations to the crypto market. As we know, crypto has been used to fund Ukrainians during the invasion. And last but not least, guys, we do have some information regarding some inflation checks that are in the works. As the inflation of goods and services continue to rise at record-breaking amounts, 2 states are now offering some inflation stimulus checks, and I'm going to tell you exactly who that is. But as a quick reminder, guys, on this channel, we cover everything from what's going on around the world with the stock market, with the war in Ukraine, as well as multiple daily news stories around the world. So if you are interested in any of those topics today and you want to be a part of this channel, be so kind and go ahead and subscribe to it. It's totally free. And if you end up liking today's video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Yesterday, guys, the stock market dropped around 800 points as the turmoil continues between Russia and Ukraine, as well as the inflation fears that are continuing on right now. And also yesterday, we saw the price of the oil barrel go up to $130 right before the market ended up opening. Now that did end up coming down, but those prices are still going up in regards to oil right now, especially as we are in the middle of a war. As a result of the oil prices continuing to go up, analysts are now warning people that the barrel could go up as high as $150, according to this article right here. Now, Western leaders have so far been reluctant to go ahead and slap these sanctions on Russian oil and gas exports, and oil buyers and refineries are already in a sort of self-sanctioning mode right now. So yes, not only is the barrel not longer $100 as we saw last week, their analysts are stating that this could reach up to $150. Now, right now, President Biden is trying to make a tough decision because he is trying to decide whether or not to go ahead and place a ban on the Russian oil and the Russian energy exports. Now, right here it says in this article that Russia oil ban would actually trigger higher gas prices. So I questioned you guys earlier in this video. Are you guys ready to pay $10 per gallon of gas at the pumps? I sure am not ready for that. But according to this analyst, guys, and the decision that President Biden has to make, that could come to fruition by at least next month, especially if this war between Ukraine and Russia continues on. Now, hopefully we are going to continue to wish that that war actually ends sometime very soon. But right now, these analysts are projecting what could be coming in the near future. And we see right here in this article right here, it says that this is from Bank of America, and they are projecting that the oil prices per barrel could reach $200. Guys, if that actually happens, we could have gas prices around $12 to $15 per gallon. Now, this article says that here's how much oil could go up in a worst case scenario with the West freezing Russia out, which we've seen from previously where the United States has placed several sanctions on Russia in regards to this invasion on Ukraine. And right now they are waiting whether or not to go ahead and freeze Russia out with go ahead and putting a ban on their Russian exports in regards to their energy and their oil. But guys, can you imagine gas prices reaching $10 or more? I mean, we will all start riding our bicycles to work, and then we will be going back to what we've seen during the pandemic, in which majority of Americans will have to work from home because we just can't afford gasoline to drive into the office anymore, which means some individuals might have to actually quit their jobs. But hopefully things don't get that bad in accordance to this article, because as Bank of America stated that this is in a worst case scenario. So again, guys, I hope things get a little bit better right now in going forward. But anyways, guys, hey, we do have some information regarding right here. It's because we all know that the Russian president, Vladimir Putin, was hoping that this war would actually be over. And just yesterday, guys, we saw the actual plans and the layout for this war, which was going to start around February the 20th. And he was planning on having this thing over by March the 6th. And as you guys see right here, hey, today is now March the 8th, which is 2 days after his projected proposal on when he was expected to have this war completely over, in which he will actually be conquering the country of Ukraine and the capital, which is Kyiv. But so far, guys, we have seen the Ukrainians continuing to fight back and putting up a major war against the Russians. And right now in this article, it says that Putin's invasion of Ukraine isn't going as he planned. And then in addition to that, hey, we do see some information that was just released late last night, which stated that a second Russian general was actually killed in the war, according to the Ukrainians. It says that Ukraine's military intelligence has said that Ukrainian forces have killed a Russian general near the besieged city of Kyiv, the second Russian senior commander to die in this invasion. Now, the Major General Vitaly Gerasimov, which is the first deputy commander of Russia's 41st Army, was killed on Monday. So again, guys, this Russian attack on the Ukraine is not going as planned, according to what President Vladimir Putin was expecting to actually happen, considering they have way more manpower and machine power and military power than the Ukrainians do. And we actually saw where President Zelensky actually stated that right now, as far as what the Ukrainians compared to the Russians have, which is one Ukrainian vehicle against 50 Russian vehicles, and one Ukrainian individual person against 10 Russian troops. So again, guys, we know that the Russians outweigh the Ukrainians altogether, but we have to give it up, guys, to the Ukrainians, because they have really put up an amazing fight against the Russians, because they are protecting their country. I mean, wouldn't you do it, guys? I mean, here in the United States, we don't have to deal with that. We pretty much have what they call freedom here in the United States, but these other countries, hey, they just don't have the freedom that we have here in the United States. But right here, guys, we see another information, which is the good news that I do want to report right here, because late last night, again, guys, that's when it is morning time in the Ukraine. And so we have information that was just released late last night, and it states that the Russians and the Ukrainians have vowed to go ahead and have a ceasefire on Tuesday. It says that Moscow made this announcement of this new ceasefire for Tuesday. Now it says Russian U.S. envoy announces a new ceasefire for Tuesday morning. Says Ukrainians can choose where they want to be evacuated to. Now, this particular ceasefire, the reason that they have announced this and agreed upon it is so that those individual civilians that are trying to flee the country have an opportunity. We've seen in the previous days where the civilians were trying to leave and they were actually being killed and bombs were dropping on them. So they have agreed to go ahead and have a ceasefire for Tuesday morning so that those civilians can actually have an opportunity to flee the country. And in addition to that, hey, Russia has stated that they are allowing the the civilians to leave the country from any direction within the Ukraine. So that doesn't mean that you have to go ahead and exit on the west side of Ukraine. You can actually exit from multiple areas in Ukraine. So this is some very positive news that this third meeting between the Russians and the Ukrainians actually worked out a little bit this time, in which they are allowing these civilians to have an opportunity to actually leave safely from the country. And just so I want to update you guys on that, so far 1.7 million people in Ukraine have actually fled the country, which we will sure see at least 2 million people by the end of today. So again, guys, this is some good news that they are allowing a ceasefire to go ahead and allow these civilians to leave the country more safely. But anyways, guys, in some other news, hey, we've already seen where individuals have used Bitcoin and crypto coins to be able to send Ukrainians money so that they can have some additional funds to leave the country, as well as additional funds to go ahead and buy military equipment to go ahead and fight the Russian troops. Well, because of all of that and the way the Biden administration and the United States have seen this type of crypto money being transferred to individuals around the world, hey, President Joe Biden is planning on signing an executive order sometime this week on crypto. Now, that is the main reason why crypto coins, as far as Ethereum, as far as Bitcoin and other coins, have been dropping the entire week. So we don't know exactly what this executive order is going to include, whether or not they are going to provide some additional rules and regulations in regards to crypto and how it is used to be able to send to others, individuals, as well as how those companies have to report on that money being used. Hey, this could bring some really dire information regard to the crypto community. Now, I hope this is going to be some good news and that the crypto market is going to go ahead and start over and go back up again, because I am holding a lot of crypto right now. But so far, we don't know exactly what the Biden administration and President Joe Biden is going to introduce sometime this week. And we don't know what day he is going to introduce this executive order. But we are told that that is going to be sometime this week. I'll keep you guys posted as usual. Now, let's moving on to some stimulus update news, guys. Hey, we do have some good information regarding right here, and this is in relation to the state of Oklahoma and the city of Tulsa. This article states that the checks may be in the mail. Now, they are saying that House committee votes to send most Oklahoma households an inflation relief check. Now, this is some good news. This is the first time we are seeing some type of inflation check. Now, it says that almost every household in Oklahoma would be getting a check from the state this fall, just 3.5 weeks ahead of the November 8th general election, under legislation sprung on the legislature on this past Thursday. Now, the House Bill 1358 would send inflation relief payments of $125 to single filing households and $250 to joint filers at a cost of $321 million to the state treasury on October the 15th. Now, that is coming up soon, guys. I mean, in like 4 to 5 months or so. But this is some good news because we are seeing more cities and states offering its own stimulus relief checks. Now, it's regards to this one. They are calling this one an inflation check. So hopefully we are going to start seeing other states offering an inflation check as we continue to see inflation increase in this country. And in addition to that, guys, that one is for Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. But we also have the state of Maine. Yes, Maine governor proposes giving bigger inflation stimulus checks. Now, in the absence of federal stimulus checks from the government, states are continuing to send targeted relief to their residents. Several states have already sent or are in the process of sending stimulus money. In the absence of federal stimulus checks, they are continuing to send targeted relief to residents in several states. And several states have already sent or are in the process of sending some additional stimulus checks. But the governor of Maine, which is Janet Mills, is working to boost the inflation stimulus checks by about $250, which is going to bring the total amount to around $750 for those residents in the state of Maine. Now, Mills announced her decision to raise the amount of the inflation stimulus checks following a meeting that she had on going over the revenue that was forecasted for the coming up budget. But the panel estimated around $411 million in additional revenue through June of 2023. And Mills decided to use half of that estimated increase in revenue to boost the state's inflation stimulus checks amount to $750. Now, the inflation stimulus check will benefit about 800,000 Maine residents and start to go out sometime this July if the state legislature goes ahead and approve of the Governor Mills supplemental budget proposal. So again, guys, those are two different states offering inflation stimulus checks, and those are going to go out to its residents in those particular states. Now, again, guys, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. Now, if you enjoyed this type of content and you want to see more, hey, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like this video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, don't forget to go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Mr. Budget Bill. And don't forget to subscribe to my new YouTube channel. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.